Scott with Scottman, and we are here to do a drive video today. We're heading west on Beltway 8, or the Sam Houston Tollway. We're going to be going from Highway 59 all the way to Highway 59. It's because Beltway 8 is basically a big loop around the city of Houston, which I haven't been back in Houston in a few years. I did a couple random different vlogs and also a couple like driving videos that were more local. I didn't really do any true like freeway videos. So I just got off of Highway 59, which right now it's also I-69 as well. They're extending I-69 down from Michigan and Indiana all the way down to the border with Mexico. Although everybody around here just calls it 59. If you were to ask a Houstonian where's I-69, most of them probably will give you a funny look like, what are you talking about, son? But yeah, right here, this is the exit for the Bush Intercontinental Airport, which is the main airport for Houston. It's the larger of the two airports. Of course, Intercontinental Airport is off that way to the right. And then to the south of Houston, you have Hobby Airport, which is a small airport, but it's primarily for Southwest Airlines. Kind of like how Dallas has Dallas-Fort Worth Airport and also Dallas Love Field, which the latter being for Southwest Airlines. But Sam Houston Tollway, it's a toll road. However, the stretch between that we're on right now,
vehicle ahead.
The stretch between where we started this video all the way to just west of I-45, this is 100% free. So I think they did this because of the airport. It is pretty cloudy out here. Like, saw quite a bit of sunshine northeastern parts of Texas as I was coming down, because I drove down yesterday from Michigan. We'll be down here for the next couple weeks. Got some family seeing for a part of the time, and then the rest of the time, just wing it. Plan to do some different videos down here. But yeah, it is warm right now. It's almost the very end of 2021. It's just a couple days after Christmas, and it is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's almost 27 degrees Celsius. It is unusually warm for Houston at this time of the year. It's usually a little cooler than this. But for me, this is paradise because, well, a little fun fact, I stayed the night up in Little Rock last night. It was in the mid-60s. We're back at home, we're seeing 2 inches of snow. So glad I'm down here and not back home where it's a little slippery on the roads. But yeah, a little fun fact, although I've lived in Michigan almost my entire life, and I was born in Michigan, I lived in Houston, Texas for 4 years, from when I was getting close to my 5th birthday until my 9th birthday. When my parents and I moved down here in 1993, and then we moved back up to Michigan in 1997, and mainly due to my dad changing jobs. And then we moved back up to Michigan when Dad got his old job back. And yeah, this partial interchange here, this is the Hardy Toll Road. It's a toll road which runs parallel with I-45. It's the tolled alternative to get at least to most of the way down into Houston. Although I think they're building a connector into downtown Houston, but I'm not sure how that is going. And this truck is going really, really slow, and I cannot get around because there's a bunch of people in the left lane. That's a little better, and I can get around this truck. But yeah, right now, Greenspoint area of Houston, which, yeah, there used to be a shopping mall called Greenspoint Mall, but I believe that closed down. Not sure when, because again, I haven't lived here in almost 25 years. I was only a kid, but yeah, here's the interchange with I-45. Of course, I-45 South going down to downtown Houston, and then eventually to Galveston, and I-45 North goes up to Dallas, which, as a matter of fact, I was up in Dallas-Fort Worth just a month ago. I even did a driving video on I-30 up between Dallas and Fort Worth. So about another mile or so is going to be the beginning of the toll portion. And what's nice about the Sam Houston Tollway, well, until I think about 2020, it's I think the only toll road where you can pay with cash. The rest of it is cashless. However, I think because of the pandemic, and they might even continue it beyond, it's entirely cashless now, but we normally have to have something called an easy tag or the Texas tag in order to use the toll roads here, which is a cashless system. It's kind of like Easy Pass in the northeastern United States. But I think on this you can have a toll sent you by mail. Whereas some of the other toll roads around Houston, you have to have the tag or you get a big fine in the mail. However, what's really cool is that although you have to pay slightly higher fees to use the toll roads, you can get something called the Easy Tag Express, which allows anybody to use the toll road or the cashless lanes or any of the toll roads in Houston or all of Texas without needing a special tag or transponder or anything like that. So all you have to do is there's like an app that you download, and then you register your license plate, which, yeah, allows you to register any licensed or from any state. So like even my vehicle from Michigan is able to be registered. So that way I can go through the cashless lanes not for free, but without getting a huge fine. I'll just have to pay the toll, of course. Because, yeah, it's like, yeah, cash lanes are to the right, and then the easy tags are the left lane. So if you have either easy tag, then maybe Texas tag 2, I think is allowed, or the Easy Tag Express, which is what I'm using, which, again, Easy Tag Express, it just reads your license plate, it finds you in the system, and then it bills you on the app. And what's nice is that I automatically get charged $20 just to put stuff into it. So then, yeah, what should happen then is, yeah, the cameras will read my license plate, and as I was saying, it'll read my license plate, and within so many days it'll locate my Michigan license plate in the system, and then it'll send the tolls to me, so that way the amount I have in there gets deducted. And after it gets low enough, then it'll automatically charge my credit card and bill me again. But it's a nice way for people from out of town like me to be able to use these lanes without getting a huge violation. And I don't think people have to really slow down here. But if you don't do the Easy Tag Express, yeah, if you're driving on the Sam Houston Tollway, you have to go over to the right side. So yeah, I'm glad I found out about Easy Tag Express. That way I can use the toll roads without any hassle. And then, yeah, this exit here, it's like, when I used to live in Houston for 4 years, this is the general area I lived in. So I lived off Bamble North Houston Road. And as a matter of fact, the driving tour I was telling you about that I did in Houston a few years ago, I went right by my old house. Well, not that road there, but it's going to be the next the road is going to be the next bridge we go over. But yeah, since I was a kid, it's amazing how much development has gone in here. Because yeah, it's like I talk about a lot about how areas around Detroit has been really expanding over the years. Houston is like really expanding. Because Houston is the 4th largest city in the United States, and it would not surprise me if in the coming years, if it bypasses Chicago to overtake Chicago, be in the top 3, right behind Los Angeles and New York. But here's Mammal North Houston, so yeah, I'm only about a couple miles from where I used to live when I was a kid. And yeah, coming up here, this exit is for Highway 249, and that serves some more of the northwestern suburbs of the Houston area. Goes up to like the Willowbrook area, and then eventually heads out to Tomball. And I think I even heard they might even be expanding 249 to eventually connect with Highway 6 over near Navasota at some point to head up toward College Station, where Texas A&M is. And I think 249, after it goes several miles to the northwest, eventually becomes a toll road. So yeah, right around here, we're near like the big horse track. You can see it out to the left there. Because yeah, now we've mainly been going west on the toll road. Now we're going to start to curve more to the south a little bit, as we now start to head more to the western part of the Houston metro area. Michigan when I did, because if I would have left a day later, as I was saying, I probably would have had to delay my trip even further, because the roads were terribly icy around home this morning. But yeah, I've had pretty good weather coming down here. Like, it did not run any rain or snow or anything like that. Sure how many driving videos I'm planning to film around the Houston area, but we'll play it by ear. We'll like to do at least a couple. But like, yeah, right now I'm heading down to. It's like I'm not stopping. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in Houston, but not just yet, because I'm passing through Houston right now. I'm going down to Victoria, Texas. That's where my cousin Lauren lives. She used to live in Colorado, but for work reasons, she ended up moving down to South Texas. So I'm actually getting to see her. I haven't seen her in almost 3 years. And you can thank the pandemic for that one. So I'll be spending at least a couple or so days with her, and my aunt from Colorado even flew in as well too, so I'll be able to see her as well. And then I'll be coming back to Houston, and I will be visiting with my aunt and my last living grandparent, which I briefly talked as I'm filming this video, and traffic so far is not all that bad. But then again, it is the week between Christmas and New Year's, so there could be a lot of people who are on vacation right now. But yeah, I originally was not planning to do this video, or at least not one today on this, just because the original plan was I was going to do a video on 59 going through Houston, but there's a lot of traffic backups going that way, so it's like I don't think that'd be a good idea to film that today. Otherwise it'd be like filming that Highway 401 video I did in Toronto a few years ago. Which also goes to the northwestern suburbs of Houston. Take 290 southeast, that'll take you into like the northwestern part of Houston itself, like I'd say like to the west of the Heights area and north of Uptown, and then 290 northwest, or technically west, that'll take you out towards Cypress and then like Hempstead, and then eventually out to Austin. Matter of fact, I have a cousin who just moved to Austin. I'm not gonna get a chance to see her on this trip, but I might be able to see her maybe next time I plan a trip to Austin, which I definitely need to get back to Austin at some point. But yeah, I talked about this in my a couple of those Dallas-Fort Worth area drive videos I did earlier, like last month. But it's really cool to see all these but these huge interchanges. You don't see anything like that in Michigan at all, like not even close. I've been talking about I need some water. Oh, that's better. Once again, another Easy Tag lane, so I'll use my Easy Tag Express and I can say so far is we're only about a couple miles away from I-10, which is a really huge freeway, which goes east and west through the city of Houston. Like if you ever drive on I-10 going west out of Houston, like it is a gigantic monster of a freeway. Like I'm not kidding you, there's like 5 or 6 lanes, and then there's also a couple of additional toll lanes as well. And of course, in addition to the feeder roads, so it's like because of that, it's like it is a gigantic monster, and you can still see traffic backups on that. So yeah, now we're coming to the interchange with I-10. Although technically the interchange itself is about another mile from here. But yeah, Sam Houston Tollway or Beltway 8 is can be a nice bypass around downtown Houston. Although in rush hour traffic, this can really bog down as well. Okay, so here's the interchange with I-10. I-10 east, of course, goes into downtown Houston, and then it continues east toward Beaumont, and then goes to Louisiana toward New Orleans, and eventually out to Jacksonville, Florida. Then I-10 west heads out toward Katy, which is like the western end of the Houston metro area. Then it goes out to San Antonio, crosses Texas all the way to El Paso, and eventually heads out to Phoenix, and then finishes off over in Los Angeles, and then I-10 ends all the way over at Santa Monica in California. And yeah, another monster interchange, as you can tell here. Tollway, which goes into a little bit of a depression, and this part of the Beltway can flood pretty easily. Like this flooded, especially during Hurricane Harvey back in 2017, where I think this was closed for a couple weeks, if not maybe longer. Going to be getting ready to go over the Buffalo Bayou like in less than a minute, and that could flood pretty easily. That's one thing for sure. Yeah, if you live in Houston, make sure you have flood insurance, because Houston floods. One more toll plaza in this video. Okay, yep, here's the toll plaza here. And yeah, we're now coming to what's called the Westchase District. This is a huge commercial park. You got all these different office complexes and headquarters and different things like that. It's pretty massive. Like I remember when I was a kid, for what I remember, there was a little bit here, but not like this. looking for business, don't be surprised if we're over in this part of the city. Because yeah, huge office complexes, as I was just saying, and different hotels in here as well. And then yeah, I think we just passed the exit back there for Westheimer. But Westheimer is a pretty busy road, as there's a lot of restaurants along Westheimer. So you head east on Westheimer, that takes you over toward the Galleria Mall. Well, for the Houston Galleria Mall, there's a Galleria in Dallas as well. And it eventually heads over toward like the Montrose area, and then Westheimer empties out into like Midtown Houston. Another toll road. This is the West Park Tollway. So you got the exit coming up for this in a little bit. Which the West Park Tollway, you could say it's a slight bypass of I-10, but not really. Like you can take the West Park Tollway east, and it takes you over to 610 over near like the Galleria area, like uptown Houston. Take that west out to some of the west-southwestern suburbs. So let's just say the West Park Tollway, if you're from out of town, the West Park Tollway is probably not something you would really be needing to go on. This video should be wrapping up in a few minutes because don't have too much more to go until we get back to 59 or also I-69. So yeah, right now this is the big Chinatown area of Houston. A lot of Chinese restaurants, also a lot of Vietnamese restaurants, especially along Bel Air, which is this exit over here that we just passed. Well, we're going over Bel Air Boulevard here. A lot of Chinese, Japanese, and a lot of Vietnamese restaurants. And I think coming up here, well, not necessarily here, but for a small stretch near the interchange with 59, this is another free section, although it's pretty short.
In 2 miles, take the US 59 South exit toward Victoria.
It's like, yeah, you're going to hear my little GPS going off momentarily, so hopefully it doesn't interrupt me like it did during my road trip to New England back this past summer. There's another mile and a half, we'll be back to 59. Is it 59 Southwest? It'll take you to the Sugar Land and Rosenberg, Richmond, Texas area, and then continue southwest toward Victoria, and eventually goes all the way down to Laredo at the border with Mexico. Or take 59 the other way, and you'll go to downtown Houston and then northeast out of the city, and takes up to Texarkana if you're looking to get out to, let's say you want to go to Arkansas. Here's the interchange, and that car is slowing down too, making things a lot more difficult for me to get over, but I'm still good here. Yeah, I saw that. That's why I didn't get over in that lane.
Take the US 59 South exit, then keep right at the fork.
Alright, so I'm going to get ready to conclude this video here, so I hope you enjoyed or the Sam Houston Tollway going west and then south on it from 59 to 59. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click this.
Keep right at the fork.
So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thanks for watching, and this is
I-69 south for 8 miles.
Well, thanks for watching. This is Scott, the Scottman signing out.